There has been some disturbances in the city of Honiara, the capital of the Solomon Islands, and it is disturbing. And I want to make it very clear that this is not a release or press conference of the government of Fiji, nor of the opposition parties of Fiji. I am speaking to you as a concerned leader in the Pacific, former leader, and also as a former peace envoy of the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. First invited to start the negotiations for peace in Honiara in 1999. And while I was there, I came across an incident where a local person was going to be executed. And fortunately, the word came to me early, and I went out into the bush, and without realizing, I was no longer in the army, nor were they my soldiers. I ordered them to stop, which they did, fortunately for this young man, and they stopped the execution. And he then wrote to me in July of that year, on the 6th of July, and he reminded me of the situation when he was going to be killed on the 24th of June, 1999. And in the conclusion of his letter, he asked for me and my family to pray for the people of the Solomon Islands. So I've continued to pray for the people of the Solomon Islands. And behind you there is Mr. Masi Lomoloma, who was involved with Regional Assistance Mission, Solomon Islands, for 12 years, and formed the basis for the return of the governance of the Solomon totally to the people of the Solomons. So the press release is there. We are concerned about the deterioration of the situation. We are concerned because we are part of the same region. We're part of the Pacific Forum. We are part of the Melanesian Spearhead Group, and we're part of the human race. And whereas there is a crisis anywhere else in the world, we know it has a human face. In this case, the human face affects us all, as people of the region, as part of the human race. So it behoves on all of us to see what can be done and ask those in authority in the Solomons and in the friendly areas of the region to help the people of the Solomons. And I ask for all of our prayers, the leaders of the churches and the various religious groups, to pray for the people of the Solomons. I know the area. I know the basic problems they have, but they know it better. We all know that they need to come to a peaceful resolution, but they know it better. Everything we do, they can do better. So we're just encouraging them to acknowledge what help we can give, but finally the solution rests on what they themselves are prepared to do for their own country. I'm glad that Australia has indicated willingness to help, and Fiji may have already been asked to assist. There are certain international agreements between neighboring countries. We had the Defense Cooperation Program with Australia and the Pacific Islands. We had the Military Assistance Program, MAP, with New Zealand and the Pacific Islands, and some Southeast Asian countries. Those are the things that people look back on and try and hang on to when there is a crisis, a domestic crisis in one of the regional countries. Hopefully we can assist, but as I said, the final solution will be on the people of the Solomon Islands.